What is going on, fellow gamers? Today is Sunday and it's New Year's Eve, guys, or for some of you it's a New Year's Day, and for some of you out there you're already in 2018, some people are in 2017. Whatever the case may be, happy New Year's to everyone out there. But let's move along with why you guys came here. So I've talked a bit about PUBG recently. There's been some stuff going on with the game, talking about it coming to the PS4, just interesting topics relating to PUBG. Now PUBG might be going into a different realm of entertainment. PUBG is going to possibly cross into different forms of entertainment, but the one I'm going to talk about specifically today is the movie and TV series area, and more specifically with a big company like Netflix. Now for games transitioning over to movies, it hasn't always had a good relationship, a good standing relationship. You've had movies in the past that have been good, and there have been movies that have been bad. Movies like the original Mortal Kombat, which is a movie that I love. You have also stuff like Pokemon, which Pokemon, regardless of what you want to think about it, the TV series is the behemoth and the movies are long-standing. They still go on to this day. There's also movies like the original Resident Evil. Again, your opinion can differ from mine. I like the original Resident Evil. This does not include its following unnecessary sequels. And you also have movies like the recent Assassin's Creed and Warcraft movies, which will put it plain, were kind of hot garbage. Now, everybody again has a differing opinion on the movies or TV shows that I've recently mentioned, but let's move forward with Kim's comment. So Kim, in a recent conversation with Even Global, if I said that correctly, he stated, "I'd like PUBG to become a universal media franchise based on the game. We want to take part in a diverse industry, including esports, movies, drama, cartoons, animation, and more. In fact, we received a couple of calls from a number of developers in Hollywood and Netflix. Our dream is to build a new game-based culture through various ways like this and have the lead of that culture." Now, he has mentioned many areas that PUBG could fall into, but for me personally, Netflix seems like the biggest aspect here, where it could take on something like movies, drama, cartoons, and animation. I don't know if he would also move into music. That's also a possible case that PUBG could go into, but that's also a video game soundtrack, so every video game has this. But for cartoons, animation, drama, and movies, Netflix can really take care of this. They can really cater PUBG in these different areas. Now, I don't know specifically how this would work, because if you look at the concept of PUBG, it's essentially the Hunger Games, where you have a bunch of people dropped onto an area and they basically kill each other to survive, and there's a final winner. But in the Hunger Games, you have kids being taken away from their homes, and PUBG is just a bunch of random people dropped onto a map, and they have to survive. Now, for me, I was wondering, how would this work? Could it be like the Hunger Games without the aspect of children, in the sense more that you'd have a bunch of people basically kidnapped, and I mean adults kidnapped and put onto a island, and basically this game starts where these people would have to kill each other to survive. But at the same time, this would probably not fall into the same realm of PUBG, in the sense that there's only one survivor, or there could be a squad of survivors. In the movie, they're probably going to have some type of rebellion, maybe, where a bunch of them would try to overthrow whoever is running this game. So I don't know if that would work out. It wouldn't stick straight with how PUBG works, but that's also a possibility of how the movie or TV series can play out. Another way where this could work is to take on a more recent example like Player One Ready, where the virtual world is a significant part of the real world, but the difference here is that in the virtual world, I have not read Player One Ready, so I don't know specifically how that would play out, in the sense of, can you leave the game whenever you desire? But for this this version with PUBG, if players are playing in the game, they have to survive in order to leave the game. So if you die in the game, you die in the real world, similar to, I guess, the Matrix, but that is another way where this could possibly play out. I'm personally interested to see how PUBG would play out on a Netflix series or a Netflix movie or a Netflix trilogy or even a theatrical release of the movie. I only hope that it's done well and does not fall into the wrong hands that would see this game and maybe put it into a different twist that doesn't really fall in line with the original game. But again, what is the real story of PUBG? There isn't a real story. It's an online only game with a simple concept. That's it for this video. Let me know what you guys think about a possible Netflix series or movie or theatrical release of PUBG. Do you think it's going to be good? Because the simple concept of survival has been done before. I don't know what the difference here would be specifically with PUBG, but you guys can probably let me know down in the comments below. It's interesting to see that they're trying to dive into different realms, because that makes sense business-wise, especially looking at a game like Angry Birds, which is also a behemoth in different realms besides just gaming. And it also had a movie, which I personally liked myself. But that's it for this video. Let me know what you guys think. If you did enjoy this video, please hit that like button. It really supports the page. And subscribe if you're new. I got a video every other day, except days where there's something really interesting, and I'll just post the video on that day. I'll check you guys out on the next one.